after scarcely 3 minutes in the game. And now...
It was a night few of us will ever forget. 80 minutes of collective nail-biting and breath-holding. And when the final whistle blew, we were Rugby World Champions again.
Say it again, the Springboks, champions of the world!
Last Saturday, the Springboks made history as they lifted the Webb Ellis Trophy for the 4th time, after edging out the New Zealand All Blacks with a single point.
Back to back, and now 4-time Rugby World Champions, led by a man who's...
And South Africa's been celebrating ever since. Tuesday morning, thousands of excited fans gather at OR Tambo International Airport to welcome their heroes home. And of course, I am one of them. The atmosphere here is electric.
Siya Kolisi, we're so proud. Rassi Erasmus, you've done magic for us as a nation.
Okay, you did it for the continent.
Magic.
1-1-1. We'll call that a lucky Nelson from now on.
Absolutely.
It's impossible not to get swept up by the exuberance of the colorful crowd.
Four times, champions, undisputed,
World Cup Rugby Champions of the world!
My challenge for the morning is to get through the crowd to the front.
It's tight, we almost can't walk. Make some space. Oh, I hate to push through, but I have to.
It's getting wild. We can't wait to get the Booker back. Kolisi for president, but I'm just hoping to see 5.
No space.
No space. No space.
Oh, looks like this is as far as we're going to go. I'm going to end up playing 8 man.
But I'm not giving up on finding the perfect spot. Did you hear that? They say the Springboks have gone through customs. The passports have been stamped. At any moment now, they're going to come through those doors. This place is going to absolutely erupt. Woo. We're ready. These final minutes feel like hours. But I find a friend on the opposite side of the aisle to help pass the time. And then, there they are, the heroes of a nation.
It didn't feel real until we came home. Coming to OR Tambo made us realize exactly who we're doing it for and why we were doing it. And I think that was the best thing in the world, to see so many people at the airport, because we knew what it means. So that was very special.
That moment when Siya Kolisi came through customs and ran into the crowd and lifted that trophy just showed what it meant for not only the team, but also for the people of the country.
Jody Hendricks is a rugby commentator and writer. What did you think of, not necessarily the final game, but what did you think of the fact that we won it again?
4-time world champions has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? I think the team did fantastically well. I think the fact that we won the last 3 games by 1 point showed the tenacity. It showed that the team knew how to win games at crucial times. The experience of the team, remember, it's the nucleus of 2019. A lot of the players that won the previous cup was in this team, and that gave us the edge over other teams like New Zealand in a final. And it's good to say that every time we've been in a World Cup final, we've won it.
Wednesday, the world champions spent the day at MultiChoice for an in-house bash, soaking up every moment of the celebrations.
It's a really amazing experience to see all the support and all our people welcoming us back.
I don't think we've really understand yet what we did, and I'm sure over the next few days as we tour South Africa, we're gonna get a good sense of what we did, and this is unbelievable.
Exceptional support staff.
What do you think the symbolism is of the Springboks winning the World Cup in 2023 for South Africans?
I think it has definitely united the nation, and I can use a lot of cliches, but if you look back at the history, more than 100 years of the Springbok, a lot of stigma around the apartheid era and who was allowed to be picked and who wasn't allowed to be picked. Now all of a sudden we have a team that has won back-to-back Rugby World Cups with sandwiched in between that is a Lions victory against the British and Irish Lions, and I think that has catapulted them to the best Springbok team of all time.
And their recipe for success is quite simple, it seems.
Well, I think the way we buy into our game plan, the way we agree with whatever strategy the coaches come up with, 7-1, 6-2, whatever, we just buy in, and I think that's been the secret of the whole thing.
Being able to unite and be cohesive, in the team, shows like you can reach so much greatness when you're like that.
When Siya came home, he talked about how the Springbok victory had inspired the nation. How do you think that message lands?
I think the example that the Springboks have set with their slogan, Stronger Together, has shown not only South Africans but the world what can be done when we work together. And I think one or two things that the government can learn is, maybe a good question to ask is, how many rugby fields or stadiums has the government built since the last Rugby World Cup in 2019? To promote, to show that we are actually investing in this winning product that we've got called the Springboks. The country, like Siya correctly said, has a lot of challenges. I mean, a day after they won the World Cup, the new load shedding schedule came out. Crime, corruption, and everything like that. We've got our challenges, but we've got to learn when something goes right and maybe implement that in other parts of society as well.
On Thursday, the Springboks kicked off a 4-day national victory tour. And scenes from Braamfontein in Johannesburg set the tone for more celebrations across the country. The game has to go on, right? And Jacques Nienaber is leaving. Are you worried about that?
Well, he just won a World Cup, so I think any team would miss a World Cup winning coach. He's, of course, going to Leinster in Ireland to join their coaching staff. So the debate is up as to who will replace him as the new Springbok coach. Rassie Erasmus told the media that he's not too worried. He'll be the interim coach. There's no rush to get a new coach. But from what I hear, it's Mzandelistic, who's currently the assistant coach. He's the favorite. A guy like Johan Ackerman, who had success with the Lions a couple of years ago, he's an option. And also Dion Davids, who is currently in charge of the forwards at the Springbok team. He has an outside chance.
Whatever the future holds, for now, the Springboks are the kings of the world.